Have you ever wondered what is actually happening inside your bones right at this very moment? Your bones are not just dead, hard scaffolding holding you up. They are living, breathing, dynamic organs constantly breaking down and rebuilding themselves in a process called remodeling. But here is the shocking truth. For millions of adults, especially women approaching or going through menopause, the breakdown starts dangerously outpacing the rebuilding. The drop in estrogen during menopause accelerates bone loss, leading to osteopenia, the first stage of bone weakening, and eventually osteoporosis. Osteoporosis literally means porous bone. It is a silent thief. There are usually no symptoms until a sudden, minor movement causes a devastating fracture in your hip, spine, or wrist. Most people think the cure is simply drinking gallons of milk or popping chalky calcium pills. But modern science tells a very different, much more fascinating story. Today, we are going to explore the ultimate evidence-based osteoporosis diet and lifestyle protocol to not just stop bone loss, but actually reverse it and build unbreakable bones. To build unbreakable bones, we have to look far beyond just calcium. In fact, 99% of your body's calcium is stored in your bones and teeth. But calcium is completely useless if it cannot get inside the bone matrix. That is where vitamin D comes in. Without adequate vitamin D, your gut simply cannot absorb the calcium you eat. And then we have the master director, vitamin K2. Think of K2 as the biological traffic cop. It takes the calcium that vitamin D helped absorb and directs it into your bones. Crucially, it keeps that calcium out of your soft tissues like your arteries and kidneys, preventing dangerous calcification. But the biochemical symphony doesn't stop there. Magnesium, zinc, and copper are the essential trace minerals that form the actual structural scaffolding of the bone. Copper, for instance, helps form collagen and elastin, giving your bones the flexibility they need so they don't snap under pressure. And let's not forget protein. High-quality protein is just as critical as calcium for maintaining bone mass, stimulating growth factors, and preventing fractures. So how do we put this bioactive profile to work in the real world? First, let's talk about movement. A groundbreaking 2017 study revealed that daily weight training can actually help reverse osteoporosis and increase bone mass in older adults. Resistance training and weight-bearing exercises don't just build muscle, they send vital mechanical signals to your osteoblasts, forcing them to lay down new, dense bone tissue. When it comes to exercise, you don't need to be a bodybuilder. Using resistance bands, light dumbbells, or even your own body weight for squats and lunges is enough to trigger bone growth. Just ensure you get cleared by a doctor first. Next, the osteoporosis diet. Research involving 100 postmenopausal women showed that eating 5 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables daily dramatically improved bone health. Specific foods like citrus, broccoli, tomatoes, and parsley create an alkaline environment in the body that helps conserve bone calcium and prevent mass loss. We also desperately need oily fish. Tuna, salmon, and mackerel are packed with omega-3 fatty acids and naturally occurring vitamin D. Studies consistently link regular seafood consumption to a significantly lower risk of hip fractures. And here is a fascinating botanical secret. Essential oils and active components in herbs like sage, rosemary, and thyme have been shown in trials to inhibit bone resorption. They literally stop the process where bone tissue breaks down and calcium leaks away, acting as a natural shield during menopause. Let's talk more about protein. Many studies show that higher protein intake is directly associated with increased bone density and fewer fractures. If you follow a plant-based diet, you can easily protect your bones using beans, legumes, spirulina, sweet potatoes, and avocados. You can also safely incorporate high-quality whey protein. But before you rush to the pharmacy or the grocery store, we need to talk about dangerous mistakes that could actually be harming your bones. Mistake number 1 is taking isolated calcium supplements without vitamin D and K2. Without K2, that supplemental calcium can end up in your kidneys, causing painful stones or in your arteries. Mistake number 2 is drinking too much milk. A massive 20-year Swedish study involving over 30,000 women found that high milk consumption was linked to a higher fracture rate. Researchers suspect that the high levels of galactose in milk might promote oxidative stress and inflammation, weakening bone over time. Mistake number 3 is ignoring your body weight. Having a very low body mass index is a massive risk for brittle bones because there is less mechanical loading on the skeleton. However, carrying too much body fat is also terrible for bones because obesity causes chronic inflammation that alters bone marrow and bone structure. So, what is the exact scientifically backed protocol? According to the National Institutes of Health, adults need 1,000 to 1,200 milligrams of calcium daily. But you must get it from food first. Canned sardines and salmon with the soft, edible bones, kale, broccoli, and almonds are your absolute best friends. If you need supplements, look at collagen. A 2018 randomized controlled study showed that specific collagen peptides increased bone density in postmenopausal women by up to 7% in just 12 months. You might also consider plant-sourced calcium, like Algical. This is made from marine algae and naturally contains calcium plus 13 other bone-building trace minerals like strontium and silica. A 6-month study showed this specific plant calcium significantly increased bone mass without the gastrointestinal upset caused by rock-based calcium carbonate. And don't forget magnesium. Supplementing with just 250 milligrams of magnesium a day can correct deficiencies that lead to weak, easily fractured bones and systemic inflammation. To hit your mineral targets, focus on zinc and copper. Zinc helps metabolize vitamin D, while copper prevents free radical damage in the bone matrix. Eat more shellfish, beef, cashews, and kidney beans to naturally load up on these trace minerals. Imagine a perfect bone-building day. A morning smoothie with fortified plant milk and collagen, a lunch of sardine and kale salad, and a dinner of wild salmon with broccoli and brown rice. Building strong bones isn't about a single magic pill. It's about a daily symphony of nutrient-dense foods, smart sunlight exposure, and consistent resistance training. Eat your leafy greens, enjoy some oily fish, lift some weights, and give your body the exact raw materials it needs to rebuild its foundation. Remember, this video is for educational purposes only. Always consult with your healthcare provider or a registered dietitian before making major changes to your diet, starting new supplements, or beginning an exercise program. This is especially critical if you are over 60, have a history of kidney stones, or have already been diagnosed with osteopenia or osteoporosis. If you found this ultimate bone-building guide helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe for more evidence-based natural health secrets, and let me know in the comments what is your favorite bone-building food. Stay strong, and I'll see you in the next video.